Hey guys, welcome back to ArxangelRC. Today I'm going to review another gimbal from FeiYu Tech, but this time it is one of the wearable ones. For a while I've been wanting to get me one of those, not only because it might improve the smoothness of the footage when I use it on the ground, but also because it will actually be a lot easier, I think, to temporarily mount it on random planes for some stabilized footage as well. What really impressed me when it arrived was the awesome carry case it comes with. It has a carbon style finish and looks absolutely stunning and high quality, but then that is what I have come to expect from FeiYu Tech. Inside you will find a host of accessories and cables, the gimbal, no less than 2 sets of batteries, and a charger. Originally this gimbal is not designed to be mounted on a copter or a plane, so it does not come with a plate with damping balls, because mounting it on your body usually removes any tiny vibrations. That, however, would make it easier to quickly mount the gimbal temporarily on different planes for some quick air shots without needing extensive mods just to get a damping plate in there. Another advantage that a wearable gimbal provides, in addition to more stable footage, is that 2 of your arms will be free to do whatever you're doing and not have to hold the gimbal. For what I do, this really comes in handy, as I can really concentrate on flying the RC model rather than handling the gimbal. Now, this gimbal is a lot like the FeiYu Tech Mini 3D gimbal. It doesn't have unlimited rotation on the yaw axis, but only goes to about 270 degrees, but that is okay for this type of gimbal, I think. It does, however, have more mounting options than the Mini 3D and has another cool feature. In 2 of the operating modes, you can adjust the pitch angle of the camera by hand, simply by moving the camera in the position you want, and in 0.5 seconds the gimbal will remember the new position and will remain in it. It is super intuitive and convenient. Mounting this on a plane would mean I will not be able to adjust that angle from the ground, but it is not that big of a deal really, and it will still provide some pretty nice stabilized shots from the air. Mode changes are done via the button, and you even get an AV out cable with a 3.5mm jack, which you can plug in a portable monitor and see what the camera is seeing, so you can more precisely adjust the shooting angle, though most action cameras you would put in the gimbal would have wide enough viewing angles for this not to be critical. In any case, I do find this gimbal fascinating in the way it works. The stabilization that it provides is amazingly accurate, and in no small part thanks to the fact that FeiYu Tech are using encoders to determine gimbal orientation and motor positioning, not a compass, which gives it impressive precision. I just love playing with this thing and seeing how it remembers the position it was in when you turn it past the 270 degrees limit on the yaw axis. Then, when you rotate it back, it will stay in the original position when that point is reached, while the base will keep rotating. Almost feels like magic. I have to be honest though, I do feel weird having this on my cap. It is one thing to have just a camera in a protective case up there, quite another to have the whole gimbal with the camera hanging and bouncing around. I may have to consider using a helmet for the gimbal, as it would allow me to mount it more rigidly and will not bounce up and down quite as much when I need to run or walk with it. I did some running with it while flying the XK X150 copter, and even though the hat was not the best place to mount it, as it was bouncing up and down way too much, the image is still a lot more stable and clearer than if I had done the same running with the camera not on a gimbal. When I go skiing, I might even put it on my ski helmet and see what the results will be, but I think it will perform very well. After all, the head is probably the most stabilized and vibration-free part of the human body, and that does help the gimbal perform even better. Mounting it on a plane would really put it to the test, but knowing how my Mini 3D handles flying, it shouldn't be a problem, though I am curious to see if the batteries will last an hour-long flight. The audio-video out cable for the camera might also provide a charge, but then I assume you will be seriously limiting the operating time of the gimbal, since that charge will most likely come from the batteries, but it is still a nice option to have, especially in cold weather when the camera's battery would freeze very quickly. So what can I tell you? I'm very happy with this purchase, and I will certainly put it to good use, so expect to see footage with this gimbal in my future reviews, starting with the XK X150 a few days after that this video is released. For those wondering where they can find the gimbal, all relevant links are in the video description below, so check them out, and should you decide to buy anything via those links, it would go a long way towards supporting this channel and would be greatly appreciated. If it just so happens that you're not totally new to this internet thing, you should know what to do with those like and subscribe buttons, and also consider doing the same on Facebook for daily updates. Happy flying, and until next time.